Oxfam and a few other organizations are working in Ventimiglia, close to the French-Italian border on the Italian side. We are working with people who are sleeping rough on the street, people that have been pushed out of the official asylum systems. Some of them are trying to join family members or community members in France, in other member states, but a lot of them are being pushed back to Italy by the French authorities, a lot of times with verbal abuse or with falsifying documents to change their age so they can be considered adults and be sent back to Italy in violation of European law. France has an interest in reducing the number of asylum seekers in its own territory, which is why it is doing its best to push people back to Italy. The problem is that on the Italian side, we're seeing the same thing with an interest of the Italian authorities to try to allow as many people as possible to cross the border to France. The end result of this is that the most vulnerable people, most of them or many of them children, fall between the cracks and they don't receive basic services, not even access to a place to sleep in or food or adequate psychosocial support. They don't receive that in France and they don't receive that in Italy. The EU summit at the end of the month is a key moment for the European member states to sit together and agree on a Dublin system that is based on solidarity and that actually works for the people that need it the most, the vulnerable people that want to seek asylum, that have the right to seek asylum and are unable to do it under the current rules. My colleagues who are working in Ventimiglia met with children from Sudan, from Eritrea, who have been detained by the French police and just before sent back across the border to Italy, they cut off the soles of their shoes in order to prevent them from continuing to trying to cross the border back into France. Other children told that police officers stole their cell phones, their SIM cards, and we've also met one woman from Eritrea, a child herself, who had her own baby, who was 40 days old, and was sent by the French police to walk back to Italy along the highway without pavements, risking her life and her baby's lives.